My name is Josh Herman. I am a tattooer from Mayday Tattoo Company in Chicago, Illinois. I got into this business probably about 8 years ago. Before this, I was a plumber, touching shit all day and whatnot, and I just didn't want to do that anymore. I just wanted a fun job, and I knew I had a little bit like artistic ability. And at that time, that was probably like in my early 20s, and I was getting heavily tattooed and kind of just got a little bit more and more into the culture as I got more tattooed, and decided that's what I wanted to do because I didn't want to be a plumber or work hard anymore. I got attracted to new school tattoos when I first got into tattooing. I loved the bold lines. I loved the bold color of it. I love how I was able to see exactly what it was from 20 feet away and be wowed by it. And I don't think that really gets captured in a lot of other styles of tattooing. But a lot of design I pulled from a lot of cartoons I used to watch as a kid. It's super fun. You know, there's no rules to it. Whereas a lot of these styles all have a guideline to kind of keep along with. I literally can do anything with new school tattoos, man. Just as long as it looks funny and it looks aesthetically pleasing to the eye, I can make a monkey look anywhere I want it to look. It doesn't have to be what the norm says it should look like, you know? So it's funny, a long time ago, I usually prepped for pieces I'd be so nervous and amped up about it. I'd be drawing it a week or two before my actual appointment, you know, whatever it may be. And I think that was to help me mentally prepare and get the colors down right. Now, that used to stress me out a lot. And I felt like I wasn't putting out my best work when I was so stressed out, just thinking about it all the time. Nowadays, I take a completely different approach to it. I don't mess with it. I don't fuck with the idea or anything until the day of. And that way, you know, let's say if someone books an appointment with me a month from now, if I draw something tomorrow, I'm gonna hate it in a month. You know what I mean? I'm gonna think of something way cooler in a month. So I tend to try to hold on to all those little ideas in the back of my brain up until the leading point and draw it that day of. That way I have a good amount of ideas to put into it, you know. I can get into the zone if the idea is there and I like it a lot, you know what I mean? So in a sense, I get kind of picky when someone, you know, emails me with a very vague idea. I want to make sure I'm into it too. The more I'm into it, the better tattoo you're gonna get. And usually people are pretty receptive to that, you know what I mean? People look at my style and whatnot and know it's already gonna be a fun idea, you know, big, bright, bold. So they kind of already have a sense of what it would look like. So in that sense, it's just easier for me to get into it because I can kind of just be like, hey, we're gonna have him fucking riding a unicycle, you know, playing a fiddle or something like that. And usually people are super into that. Right there, I'm super into it, you know. If it's a fun idea, I'm good to go. This is the first time I ever felt a passion for anything. It was always getting out of high school, then you know, you never really think you're gonna make art for money, you know. No one ever makes fucking art or money from art, you know. So you go get a job in the trades, and that's what you're supposed to do. But that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do what you want to do. That's it, man. This isn't a job, it's a lifestyle. I'm eat, sleep, and breathe tattooing. The way you look at things, you're always constantly trying, it consumes you. Like me, I drive to the city all the time and I always see the skyline in the background, and it's a different color every time you drive to the city, and it's a different kind of environment, and it's a different kind of atmosphere that covers the skyline. And so that's cool for illustrated tattoos, trying to push stuff back. I look at that and you're how do I draw that? You know what I mean? How do I make those buildings look like they're that far away? You think about that shit all the fucking time, driving to work. You look at the skyline and you're how did they do that? And you try to translate that. You know what I mean? It's that I kind of went off a little bit there, but you just tend to look at everything and how do I draw that? And it's cool and it's not. Because that's all you ever think about is tattooing.